Hello, everybody, and welcome. Depending on when you watch this, welcome back to the Stanley Parable. Now, the people who have been with me from the very beginning will know that I played the Stanley Parable like 5 years ago. I was actually still living in my mom's house, and I remember just trying to get it to work. I used my capture card to try to hook it up to my TV in my living room. Oh man, it was so like such fun times, and I was feeling kind of nostalgic for this game. I saw it in my library, and I figured, why not? Let's play through the game. I didn't do all the endings. I barely remember anything about this game, but I do remember liking it a lot, and I do like the whole subverting expectation of the game wants you to do something, and it doesn't necessarily punish you for going in a completely different route. There's like a bunch of different endings. I heard the humor of this game, if I remember correctly, is really good. But man, it's just so weird to think that I was using a crappy capture card, having to do some weird settings. The load times are still the same. It was funny because I also still had trouble like setting this up for it for some. What do I pencil for some?
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
We are Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk,
I understand.
telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them.
Press the power button.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-lending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years
Don't
at the
remember
company
this intro.
had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh god, the sensitivity. All right. Can't jump. No, I was gonna test the
All
jump.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Hello? So one of the good things I love about this game is that it's telling a story, and oh yeah,
When Stanley
remember
came
this.
to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We'll follow because you can actually do like the exact opposite of what the narrator wants you to do, and the game adjusts accordingly. It's brilliant.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I got that. They got that Microsoft PowerPoint, the PowerPoint. Woo! I recognize that from school, baby. God, I've been out of school for so long. Oh yeah, the broom closet is something too. I do remember that.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It's quite a difference between the two places. I'm in that bathroom. Let me get in there. All right. Guess I'll take a dump in the crappy bathrooms. No pun intended.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned
This is a
to discover
mansion.
not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark
Oh,
secret was
God,
being
no!
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
2845.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input
They
the
weren't
correct
random.
code by
I'm just that
sheer
smart.
luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Let's go to the darkness together. Oh, okay. I guess we won't have fun then. I guess we'll follow the rules. I'm getting like these like weird flashes of, oh my god! Getting like these weird flashes of like remembering what's like about to happen. Like, oh my gosh. This is definitely one of those games that I don't think I'm going to edit that much.
Into the building,
I
Stanley
edit a little bit.
realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Is this a horror game now?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the
Oh,
door with
no.
mind control.
Escape! We'll do that here in a second. Do it now. No, we won't do it now. Let's go through. Let's do this ending. Let's do what the game wants us to do, and then we will think for ourselves.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
Could you imagine
Did he
playing like
have
a
the
video
strength
games on
to
all these?
find out?
Just have like a chair back here and just that whole 360 movement. Alright, what you got here?
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true nature revealed.
What was that, 427?
Each bore the number
There I
of an
am.
employee in the building.
There I am.
His coworkers.
Zoom in on that, baby. There I am.
So many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
How do you get this past, like, inspection? Like, someone,
This mind
anyone.
control facility, it was
Well, I
too
should have
horrible to
seen
believe
this.
It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated
Fired!
to accept it blindly?
Yeah, you should have known something was up when someone just says they love coming into work and hitting a button all day.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His
I
own
refuse.
life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yeah.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his
Big red button.
past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Off. I did it. I've done it. I have beaten the game. Here we go. Done it. I'm so good. Speed run. Stanley Parable speed run.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And
There it
yet,
is.
even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries
I don't need to
did
know
this
any of that.
strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the
We've done it.
breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly
The earth's kind of
way,
jagged.
right now,
The leaves look
things
sharp.
were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Done it. Guys, thank you for joining me on this lovely experience. It feels good to play this game again. Like, I like playing games that I used to play when I lived in my parents' house, like all those years ago, when I first started doing YouTube, because it kind of reminds me of like why I do YouTube. Puts me in that mindset of like just wanting to make people laugh and just wanting to. You thought it was over, didn't you? Scoff at you. There's mysteries to be solved.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Ah, shut up. We've already done the good ending. Now let's go to the room 420 and blaze it.
Stanley went around
That's a
touching
wasted
every
opportunity right there.
little thing in the
Can't
office, but
wait.
it didn't make a
That's
single
on.
difference, nor
Wait.
did it advance the story in any way.
What? What? What was that? It's purple. What happens if I turn off all the computers? Because that's okay. So welcome to the actual like game, I guess.
No matter how hard Stanley looked,
It's-
he couldn't find a trace of his
This is
co-workers.
this is what makes the game so great, is like experimenting and just doing different things. I thought you could jump. Maybe there's a button to like actually turn off all the computers. Maybe that is something. But I know there's more to this, because this is one right here.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We'll go through the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
It wasn't.
Stanley knew it perfectly well.
I didn't.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
My back
It would
hurts.
have been worth the
I hate.
detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this
Wish I had a better
immaculate,
setup.
beautifully constructed
Like,
room.
oh my gosh.
Stanley simply stood here.
What the?
All in.
Hang on. There we go. I just want to sit. I just want my character.
Yes,
Just want to be comfortable.
Really worth it being here in the room. A room
Well,
so
now, what's he
utterly
saying?
captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
And that's the thing too. Like the narrator starts getting like snippy with you.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
What happens if I stay in here a while? What happens?
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I love fourth wall breaks. I love it. I love these. I love games like this. Was that it? Anything else? Anything else? Alright.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room, and and took the first open
You
door
said
on his
how
left
bad
to
it
get back to
was.
business.
We go straight. Let's go in here. What is
Stanley
this?
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop. What is this? Penalty misuse of cargo lift. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift. Oh, that's got to be something. Oh, that's got to be something. Oh, we're doing this.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Yes! The story is mine! I die on my own terms.
Stanley thought to himself, am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken. No, the orders were still missing. For now.
Turn you off. That's wasting power. Right, now let's get back to this. This is something. Wait, it's not there anymore. Wait, it's not there anymore. No, did I mess it up already?
When Stanley came to a
Zoom!
set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps
Yes,
he
it
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes.
Very cool.
This room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room.
Is it different?
Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his but eager to get back to business. Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Ah, yes, no, fuck you. I am control of the story.
Stanley was so bad at following
It is
directions,
me.
It's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Alright, let's not jump off the cargo lift.
We've gotten off on the wrong
Although-
foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be
Oh, I'm
difficult,
curious. That
but
has
the
to be
fact
something.
is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Well, let's see where this
There's
goes.
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. Her. Stanley, your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh, my God.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
I'm curious.
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be...
I didn't know you
the case.
could do
How did
that!
You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible.
Oh!
Double check.
I didn't know you could do that.
No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Oh.
Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices?
Because I'm
What did you-
smart.
Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making.
I
Or
did.
did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example,
I never
in
knew
this
this
scenario,
existed.
a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations. Or he could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner
I
and
love
practice
this.
saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
My goodness, is it 4:30? I must practice knick knack pallywhack. Give a dog a crack bone.
Excellent.
Thank
Making
you.
choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision.
Oh my God.
Process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally,
I've
if you
at
begin to
least
wonder if your
made
choices
8
are
just
actually meaningful
starting the
and
game.
whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this
All right.
video.
Welcome
Oh.
back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago.
There's
and
no
see
plug.
what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm right there.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible.
I feel like it's a
before the
reference to
narrative
something,
contradiction
but I'm just
gets
gonna look at
any
the camera and
worse.
act like we
Unfortunately,
know.
It seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Let me off the edge. Let me off. Let me off. Where's my choice? Give me the choice again. All right. Fine. Boxes. Let me off the boxes. Fine. You don't give me a jump button because you know the havoc I can wreak with a jump button. God, it's like this walk of shame. Oh my gosh.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
All right, you
right.
got it.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, get fucked!
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Oh! All right. And then we're going back. Ah, dang it. One more time. Ah, all right. Guess we're going back. Oh, this don't look good.
I can't believe, after everything we talked about...
Oh, no.
My story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that?
For
what
laughs.
did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? Well,
Pretty funny.
It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever.
Oh, can I not?
Living its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know.
No, you don't have to do that.
That's the answer. What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
No, you don't. You don't have to do anything! No, you don't gotta do nothing! Oh, you don't have to do anything, please!
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish.
We're in a hellish nightscape is what we're in.
Who thought you were so clever? Now look where we are. My
We're in
entire
hell?
game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I
Because
say
of the
to do
mind
something,
control.
there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it?
Yeah, it did.
There's a world outside of you. You're a child.
I'm a grown-ass man who pays his taxes.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect.
We've
I
already
worked
done that,
so
buddy.
hard on it. I tried so hard. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always
We're going through the
putting
right one
story
again,
first.
boys. We're going through the right one again.
Task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
We're going through it again, boys. We're going through it again.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley.
Hell with your story, boy.
Choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just
No,
follow my
I'm really
lead and
not.
you'll be
Don't give me
fine.
the choice. I'm gonna do it again. Don't give me the choice. I'm gonna do it
Stanley
again.
Came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Oh, you do it to me again. Oh, baby.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
I'm gonna do it
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the
3
task.
more
Just
times.
follow my lead and
Because
you'll
I don't
be
want to
fine.
be in this like
All right.
infinite loop here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let me out. Let me out. Let me out, please. Help. Going to do it 3 more times.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Okay,
That means choosing
fine.
responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope. I'm not going to do anything. But go to the door on the right.
No! Why did you do that?
No.
Hurry.
All right, I know. Okay,
Behave exactly as Stanley.
all right. We're in a loop.
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, but oh! Subverting expectation. All right, went to the door on the left. All right, it's fixed.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
That's cute. They're taking the choices away. Wait, is this not... What happened to the shiny bathroom? I want it. Oh.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again...
Oh my god, the panda!
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Nightshark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark.
Stanley spoke the code. Night
Shark
115.
115.
He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
I
sorry,
did it.
Is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please
No?
speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I'm trying, man.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices.
I didn't realize this ending was this long.
Seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever...
I did it like 15 times!
You come this way. Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay?
Stanley!
I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do
Nah.
something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait.
2011?
Decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
When I played it, it was 5 years. Oh my god.
I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Slow pan up. Okay. That was, I believe, 2 endings to the Stanley Parable. I think there might be... There's a lot more. I know there is. There's actually answering the phone. That's an ending. Going to the left where it says escape. That's an ending. Like going down the stairs, I think is an ending. Jumping. There's multiple different endings. But I definitely will play more of this. I will. I love games like this. I love the humor. I love the writing. It's even like an interesting story about like choice and like how games will like BioShock, right? Where you're making these choices and you think you're making them, but you're really not. It's actually the game designed to push you in a direction. And when games like this, where it's like, yeah, you're supposed to go this way clearly, but you could also go this way, and the game, you know, it's such an interesting idea. I love it, and it's taken me 5 years to actually do 2 endings. I think I might have done both of these same exact endings on my old channel 5 years ago, But yeah, no, this is great, and I definitely will play more of this. Don't know when I'll be able to because I have a trip coming up. But no, I definitely will play more of this. I'll definitely finish this game because this game's fantastic. Love it, and I hope you guys enjoy it too. I don't know how much editing I've done, but I probably won't do much because this is one of those games where you actually have to like pay attention and listen. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. This is AgentBlackieChan signing off, guys. You have the choice, man. Go ahead. Pick one of these two. Go ahead. They're both good. I think they're good. Or you have the choice to just sit there and not do anything. Just gonna watch you until you do.